football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Kate Scott. Joining me, as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL Divisional Round game. Well, excited, the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kate, with every one of these playoff rounds.
Another step towards the Super Bowl begins. We're off in the first of 4 Divisional Round games. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you can see some of those nerves slipping through.
He's taking a shot on his first play. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. Second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Throwing now from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Starts his return from the 23. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
To throw here on 1st down. His first offering of the game winds up incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Looking for a throw here. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a big play on the ground. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
Well, this isn't every quarterback's tool belt. Even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And the fair catch secure here at the 16. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Ravens will go on offense. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a second time. And he'll get it up to the 27. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 27. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run, crossing that first down marker.
And he'll get them enough for a first down. Another carry for him. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. This time it's a passing play. Stays upright. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Cut out left. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's on the... And a stunning loss there, Brock. He ends up in his own end zone. That is a wild safety. I thought we were coming here to call an NFL game today, partner, but this has me smelling peanuts and hot dogs. This is starting more like a baseball game. We got a 2-0 score here, still in the 1st.
Kind of like a little pitcher's duel, too, right? I mean, just one of these games, and if it starts this way, who knows where it goes from here, but I do know this. It's a confidence builder for a defense. When a defense can go out there and not just get a stop, but put points on the board, man, does that usually infuse them with energy to come.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Baltimore running its offense out now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw now. Dump off caught by his back. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 32. And he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Pass play coming here. Andrews with the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Begins his return at the 16. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Bills will take over possession. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
I'll tell you what, anytime we get to see this safety display his range, it's a thing of beauty, not just in the passing game, but look at him navigating all that traffic downhill and applying the hit to stick it behind the line.
And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll try and throw it here. Watch the head of the puck. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. They get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll run here on 1st down. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 38. Dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Dropping back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be their football. Back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield. Who can show off his wheels.
And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throw left side, complete. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They'll throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we called them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 28. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Complete out to the right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. So that's the end of one in this AFC Divisional Round contest. We've got a close one here. Back to the bank in just a moment. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They have it on 2nd and short. Here's the long back on the handoff. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Mafe bringing that play to a halt. 3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to the air here. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll motion a tight end left. They'll throw on 1st. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Finds him over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
It's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make the play on it.
From the gun on third down. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Ravens back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. A give now from the gun. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. From the 43. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Now looking to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Toward the sideline and caught by Wilson. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out. Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They go play action on first. He rolls to his right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Ravens take a second-quarter lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Back to pass on first and 10. He this up to the 26 before being taken down. Second down now, 7 to go. Rolling back gets the handoff. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8. He's dropping back to throw. Buccaneers are moving up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Bills with a punt team out there. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. They've got first down from the 31. Airing it out to start. The lateral goes haywire. Fumble. And this is scooped up by the Bills. And Buffalo will take this one back for the touchdown. The Bills tie and can take the lead here in the second. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot. Quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys.
Yep.
But he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And they'll take the lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. Juke the defender. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
From the 47. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Completed to Flowers. He's got a gain of 6 there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the Bills' 31-yard line.
From the 31. Catch made over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
That's another Baltimore first down.
Running it now out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. Following the play, though, one of the Bills still pretty shaken up down there. Trainer's going to get out there to see what's wrong. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Setting up a throw. catch. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Here we go, third and less than a yard. He's going to throw this one. Dump off to his fullback. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. And he could have a free play here. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty.
Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Automatic first down.
They got him to bite and jump off sides. It's a rare thing to see that actually work, and it gives them this 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg for him. Finds a man right side. And he gets back to the line, but no more. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing it again here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Complete to number 34. Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Ravens in an unenviable 3rd and pretty far. Back now, pressure on its way. That one's complete right side. And this is down all the way to the 3. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Bullock's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bills set to take over offensively. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Into a crowd, and the defender comes up with it. And the Ravens take over as he records his 10th career INT. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
We see the Ravens making their way out now. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. He's going to push one deep down the right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Wilson's got it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's going to do the honors for the fourth time today. Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt reaches 50 yards. And that is where they'll start the next drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's tackled for no gain. Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. 2nd and 10 now. Coming deep behind the line. But it looked like a member of the Bills was able to get to that one, so possession remains with them. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough third down here. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. He sends this away, and this is going to be a field flipper. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Ravens will go on offense. New set of downs for him at the 38. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We've reached halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the New York Jets squaring off against the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got one half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it your way, let's hand it back over to Kate Scott. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So to begin the third, it's going to be the Buffalo offense we see first. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Play action on 1st down. Completed to his running back. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 32. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Pass play now. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he'll 24-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Brought in right side by Kincaid. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 19. Finds his man over the middle. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They are throwing it again. This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bills take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills jump in front now by 5. Now Camarda on to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Ravens and this running back headed back out for a new series. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throwing it again on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. And he gets him around 6 there. It was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. 3rd down. They're throwing it. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. He'll throw it yet again. Throw right side, cut by Wilson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Still sticking with the passing game. Finds his back complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And he's got a free play here. Andrews with the catch. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Offside. Defense.
Offense liked how that play went. They choose to decline the penalty. Working inside the red zone. they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
They'll throw it again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Another run here from the gun. Stiff arm success. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to attain through that hit. And now it's 3rd and short. They'll look to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up to the 44. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference and pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting it.
And they get to it again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And the Ravens go nickel, 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. That's completed right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. He's on the move. Oh, look at that. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Oops, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's a throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Hand off now from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 34. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They go play action on first. He's got Andrews. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing it again here. Escapes the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
From the red zone now. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They are throwing it again. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Only 1 quarter left before we send one of these teams to the AFC title game. The Ravens with it, facing the potential end of their postseason as they trail. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. They're headed up the middle. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. Only a 20-yarder here. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. first and 10. They motion the tight end over. Back to throw on first and 10. Throw left side, complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Second and 3 now. Right up the gut. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. Nothing gained or lost on that run. And now it's third and 3. For a throw here. It's his running back. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Gets this to Kincaid. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you've got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball. As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on the back line to a well-placed hit.
Shotgun now on third down. That's a cut for the first. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. He tucks it and takes off. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. Only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Oh.
First down from the red zone. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket. They're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. All slow at the 3 as they get set for second and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
For how well they were moving the ball in this possession, surprising. Surprising to see them get caught up now. And even more surprising, Kate, to see them not so far backwards with the sack. At this point,
and he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a fourth-quarter lead. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
The Bills are lining up for a two-point conversion.
They'll try to run it in. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that two-point attempt. success. Nice play, though, to make some contact and stop him a yard shy of the conversion.
Yeah, these defenders, they just want to get to that next play. After you give them a touchdown, even if it's not their fault, right? Snap and clear. And that hyper-focus and extra motivation led them to sniffing out that call and being able to react just in the nick of time.
Now Camarda on to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Well, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll throw it again. Completed to Flowers. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now it's a bootleg for him. Andrews with the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 31. That's complete to Wilson. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing now on play action. 9-yard line. And he's tackled with markers down. This one
That's
should be on the
interference.
defense.
Defense.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Working inside the red zone. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
He's throwing for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, the decision's pretty clear here, partner. You got to take the shot at going up by a field goal.
Yep, all about the odds here. Increasing the odds that you're either leading or tied if you get the ball back.
And either way, you're prepping your defense to cling to a very small lead.
Either way, that defense is clinging for this situation to go out and show out.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. A They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 30 on second down. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Ravens will take over as he picks up his 10th pass of the season.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Ravens trotting out their offense. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
That one's incomplete over the middle.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on second and goal. Another try following the sack. This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. So now, here's third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
Back to throw it. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up fourth and goal. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you've got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board. So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, and likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 37. He's on the move. He can run it. Ball on the 45. First and 10. To throw now. Finds him over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
He'll look to throw it. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. right beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first timeout. Setting up to pass. He's got it near the 8. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here first and goal. Here he is to throw. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's second and goal. Back to throw. And he's got it. He pulls it. A game-winning touchdown with almost no time left. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills push their lead to 3. Now Camarda on to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Ravens returning their offense and this running back to the field. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock, so high hopes again for this upcoming series. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Pass play coming here. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout. Here he is to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. He'll throw it yet again. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And they pulled off the rare and elusive road win in the postseason, which means their journey stays alive another week as they head to the conference championship, where they're going to get a shot to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills, as we say so long from Baltimore.
choose the team you want to start your franchise with.
Use the option.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Buccaneers, and it comes your way next.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular, but in the playoffs, you'll take solid, and that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. That one a first down pickup of 8. A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Lawrence. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. He stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and it makes it hard to defend.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Hurts. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
They'll roll him out right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Samuel in motion. Jacobs going to try the middle. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now Lawrence. He completes it right side of the lane. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
But they certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, they're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Forced out to his left. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
They go play action with Hurts.
He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20.
Here is 3rd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Samuel going to go in motion right. Now Lawrence to throw. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
46 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a 1st down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence.
Broken tackle. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Lawrence will throw. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Back to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. (10-3) our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. From the 20, here's a 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are even at 10 apiece. That time a 6-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Running out of the gun with White, able to slither by. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Second down and a yard. They keep it on the ground. White again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, Lawrence.
That's complete to White. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Debo going in motion left.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, his first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and a couple. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Darius Slayton from 13 yards out. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Barkley, inside handoff. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Trevor Lawrence, helmet on, ready to go as he brings out this offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Lawrence. That is caught. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll look to throw again. Pass complete there to Harrison. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for
Neutral zone
jumping.
infraction, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra
Still 3rd down.
that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. From midfield now, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down and 6 now. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Up the middle with Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Hurts. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 39 yards there, a big one.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Elliott good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Goddard, the tight end, going in motion. Here's Hurts to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's caught. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And as a defensive coordinator, you're almost in a no-win situation down here near the goal line. You know how dangerous Jalen Hurts is when he holds on to it. You've got to be prepared to stay with him. So when he hands it off, if you're slow in reacting, this is going to be the result.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now Lawrence. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This one is Slayton over the middle. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On play action, Lawrence. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings matching up with the Detroit Lions. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half. You got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on second and long. Hurts. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Looking to throw. Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And that ball popped free. We could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. The drive starts with a run by White. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Lawrence to throw. On the left side, a catch by White. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable here from the 38. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11, first down. He'll drop to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal. The kick by Elliott is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a three-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run it?
And he works free. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a give to Jacobs running right, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 1st down gains. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Lawrence will throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bucs are back within a score. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. That's complete. It's Collins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now back to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Well, hold everything here because this is about the last guy that they would want to see shaken up. Quarterback Jalen Hurts in some discomfort. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. In motion right, that's Collins. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Bucs now. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Philadelphia. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Review.
And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Catch made by Slayton. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up second down. Here's Lawrence. That's complete to Slayton. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. Here's Hurts to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And connecting quickly with Goddard. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Hurts. Got a man. It's Collins complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Another one caught by Collins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A first down carry for Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
A quick throw there is incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Goddard, the tight end, going in motion. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bucs ready to take over once again. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this
Neutral zone
against?
infraction. Defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced
Automatic
error.
first
Stay
down.
alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Samuel in motion. Now Lawrence to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Lawrence. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Debo going in motion left. Lawrence. Open man is Samuel, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
False start, offense.
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Read option. This is White. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking. They go play action now. Lawrence to the goal line, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope. to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because it's going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we bid you good night from Tampa.